All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's showtime like Kareem Lakers. I make a masterpiece, seem basic. No Meek Millie, but I'm dream chasing. Took the shortcut like Anita Baker. I want the bright lights that you see in Vegas. I need a big house with like 3 basements. Drop an M on the whip, think I'm speed racing. Don't know if it's the Transformer or the Green Ranger. My nigga Mac got the beat banging. Young nigga selling crack as a teenager. Had fiends playing baseball out here free basing. Had me showing off the rings like a Freemason. My mama gone, but I keep pacing. Trying to keep it all together like I need braces. Family calling when they need favors. When I was broke, they was acting like complete strangers. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Rest in peace, the Nippy was the street savior. Got my credit right now, I need acres. Gotta turn your dirty money into clean paper. Trying to own a franchise without a key player. I go through hoes like I weave laces. Tree blazers, love they mama noodles beef flavored. Meat takers that be acting like the sacred. You bust in, you would think they on their knees praying. Then I slide like a screensaver. When I'm done, make some scrambled eggs, cheese bacon. Then it's on to the next, I ain't a speed dater. Little bitch ain't gon' hear from me till weeks later. I don't see no things changing. Kids still dodging bullets like they seen Matrix. These young niggas really need saving, but OGs won't teach them that the street's dangerous. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby.
Oh, baby. Yes, sir. We here with it. We here. We here. We here, man. What's popping, man. CamJNetwork. Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing talk, man. Y'all know the fucking vibes, man. Hey, come in the building. Hit the like button, man, for sure. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed, man. We working. We got a hell of a show prepared for everyone today, man. On the recap side from last night events, man. And let me add my dog Sheldon Moore on here, man. My dog Sheldon Moore, what's popping with my boy?
What's up with you, Cam J? Hey
What's
man, I
popping?
tried to
Hold
talk to
on,
you.
hold on. Before we get started, let's do
Mm-hmm,
this, man.
mm-hmm,
I gotta show love and respect to my, you know what I'm saying, fellow legend, no legend in the boxing sport, man. Gotta show love to him right here before we start the show, man.
what happened?
Ricky Hatton,
Ricky
rest in
had
peace to
passed?
Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton
He
passed away.
passed?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Ricky Hatton, he passed away, man. And they
Oh
didn't
wow.
say the cause of him passing away, but he passed this morning. And salute to
Wow.
Ricky Hatton, man.
Salute to Ricky, man. Great fighter,
Former
legend in the game.
super lightweight champion. Fought had an amazing career. Fought Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Fought a lot of guys in his career, man. And
Beat Costa Zoo.
and
Beat Costa
yeah,
Zoo.
B. Costa Zoo.
Yeah.
And this is Manny Pacquiao right here sending his, condolences to Ricky Hatton passing away, right here. I'm saying, I'm deeply saddened to hear about the passing of Ricky Hatton. He was not only a great fighter inside the ring, but also a brave and kind man in life. We shared unforgettable moments in boxing history, and I will always honor the respect and sportsmanship he showed. Ricky fought bravely, not just in the ring, but in his journey through life. He truly had a good fight, and we are all blessed to have been a part of his wonderful journey. My prayers and deepest condolences go out to the Haddon family and all his loved ones. May the Lord give you strength and comfort in his difficult time. May he rest in peace. So, yeah,
Rest
man,
in peace, Rick.
rest in peace to Ricky Hatton, man, for sure, man. Definitely, amazing guy, amazing career that he had, right here, seeing him on Ring Magazine covers and everything, man. So, you know, moment of silence, real quick, for Ricky Hatton for 10 seconds, real quick. Okay, man. Salute, man. Yeah, salute
Rest
to
in
Ricky
peace,
Hatton.
Sanchez.
Rest in peace to Ricky Hatton, man. Most definitely, man. And just to start off with the show, man. Just to get started, yesterday, of course, yesterday it was a lot of things going on yesterday, a lot of shit going on, and I'm gonna start off with this fight. Just kind of talking about this fight briefly right here. Crocker and Donovan. IBF title vacant was on the line yesterday, and Crocker he won, man. He won again. He beat, and of course the first fight was a disqualification win for Crocker because the Donovan headbutted him a couple times, and they ended up disqualifying Donovan in the fight, and Crocker won by decision yesterday in the fight, beating Donovan. I didn't get to catch that fight. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that fight fully, but I just wanted to update everyone for us, the 147-pound division. We have a new IBF champion in Crocker. Crocker is the new IBF champion. So we'll definitely, keep everyone updated on, the 147-pound division, of course. So salute to Crocker for getting a unanimous decision win and capturing the IBF 147-pound title yesterday. And another update. Now, but anyway, he fought MJ this morning. I missed that fight because there was a lot of shit going on, like I said last night. And I couldn't wake up early to watch Nawa anyway this morning, man. But Nawa anyway, he beat MJ by unanimous decision this morning. And they said that he beat him very clear, man. If you've seen the scorecards, it was very lopsided. So Nawa anyway moves on. He beat MJ, retains his titles, and he will be fighting David Picasso December 27th, as I mentioned, on the Japan versus the World card in Saudi Arabia, December 27th. So definitely salute to Nawa anyway, man. Definitely, cooking up. Definitely one of the best in the game, doing it pound for pound for sure. And it's a class collision between him and Junto Nakatani. No, pretty much on the way. It's on the way for sure. Junto Nakatani, he's number one in the WBC at the 122-pound division. So he's a top contender for one of the Nawa Anyways titles that he has. And that's a fight that we can see possibly next year, man. So 2026, Junto Nakatani, he will be on that December 27th card as well. And I mentioned on the show the other day, yesterday, I literally mentioned the other day that Junto Nakatani possibly will be facing Ramon Cardenita, the same guy that Nawa anyway fought in Vegas this year. So definitely we're gonna stay tuned to that. Nawa anyway gets past MJ this morning by unanimous decision and moves on, retains his titles, and we'll see Nawa anyway back December 27th versus David Picasso. And so let's go ahead and get to the fights, man. Let's go ahead and get to the fight card that we mainly was talking about throughout the week. Canelo, Bud Crawford, man, and just starting with some of the beginning fights. The first fight on the card was Verde. He won, of course. He won by unanimous decision. Well, now he actually got a stoppage. He got a set. He got a fourth round stoppage in his fight. So no, Marco Verde looked very solid in his fight yesterday. Looked sharp in his fight, and so salute to Marco Verde. Marco Verde was a guy that was in camp with Canelo, and everything. So definitely we'll be paying attention to his journey on what he got going on for sure. And let's talk about it right here, bro. Hey. Did you watch this fight right here with Rayco Santana and Steven Nelson?
Yeah, that was a bad stoppage.
Yeah, what you think about that, bro? I wanted to get
That
your
was a
opinion
bad
on that. What
stoppage.
you
I
think
mean, I
about
think
that
you gotta. But see, here's the question. Here's the question I have. I don't know what they didn't state because that was a prelim fight. They didn't say what rules they were using. Because if they were using the unified rules of boxing, then there's no standing eight count. You know that, right?
one? Right.
But if they was
Absolutely.
using sanctioning body rules, then there is a standing eight count. So I don't know what rules they were using, but I thought maybe you should have gave Nelson a standing eight. But if there's no standing eight allowed, then I mean, I don't think he was hurt. I think he probably got his feet tangled up. He was taking some shots, but he was blocking a lot of those shots. I think the ref just had a quick trigger. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, man. It was definitely. I felt like the stoppage definitely was bad in my opinion. But at the same sense, though, Steven Nelson didn't throw. He wasn't competing back though. Like he wasn't throwing anything back to where like it looked like it was in a situation where it was going to only get worse. And like that's where like the stoppage where I'm like, it's a bad stoppage, but then at the same time, do you the you know what I'm saying? Is it valid because of the fact that Steven Nelson wasn't throwing anything back, and he looked like he wasn't going to throw any back in that exchange that they was having in that sequence, in particular. You know what I mean? So like that's why like I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the stoppage 100%, but at
Right.
the same time, I felt like to stop it. Like I would have let Steven try to fight that shit out, but Steven looked like he wasn't trying to fight that shit out though. Like that was my only
But the
thing
thing
about that
is,
shit.
well, when you caught up, when your feet tangled up and you're leaning against the rope, sometimes your arms get caught up in the ropes. You got to get your bearings. You got to get yourself together. And for me, this is just for me now. The ref jumped in so quick, he never even had a chance to recover his footing. He was just, slumped on the ropes, but he never got a chance to get himself together. That's why I say the stoppage was bad. Now, I don't say the ref should have jumped in and pulled Santana off of him, but just give him a chance to get himself together. Now, if you get caught with a good, clean shot, because you saw that sequence just like I did. Nelson never really got caught with a good, clean shot. If
Facts.
he got caught with a good, clean shot, then you just stop the fight. Okay, good. You can't get yourself together. But at least give him an
Yeah,
opportunity. The ref didn't even give him an opportunity.
facts, man. Yeah, bro. That was definitely crazy, man. To see it, that was Steven Nelson yesterday. I know he been, banking on trying to, boost his whole situation on moving up in the 168-pound division after losing to Diego Pacheco, and that shit definitely didn't help, man. And it just looked like definitely he's in pure gatekeeper mode now. Pure gatekeeper mode. Pure gatekeeper mode. You know what I mean? And it was just a bad sighting last night for Steven Nelson last night, and Rayco Santana. He got the dub, man. He got the dub, and you got to give our credit to him for that, for sure.
And you got to remember also that Steve Nelson is 37, 38 years old. So Steve probably
Facts.
needs to focus on his clothing line and some art or some other shit. Because you get old, brother.
Facts, man. And another little update. Rito Susumi, he got a knockout, you know what I'm saying? He got a stoppage yesterday in his fight as well, man. He looked sharp in his fight for sure. Just flowing through that. And who else? Let's talk about this one right here, though. This was wild right here. This fight, Daichiko and Franklin, like
I didn't watch that fight. I was caught
man,
up in Notre
whoa.
Dame, Texas A&M at that point.
Word, facts. Yeah, that was a good ass game too, by the way. Great
Great
game,
game. Great game.
amazing game. Oh, yeah, this fight right here, bro. I thought Daichiko won this fight, but I thought he won his fight clear, and like I was like, because Daiko came in as the A side in this fight, and they gave the fight to Jermaine Franklin. They had him win by unanimous decision last night, and the scorecards was crazy in this fight last night for this shit. Like they had Franklin winning clear in this shit, and Franklin did not win this fight last night. He did not win this fight.
Well, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch it, but
I think they
listening
moved
to
him
you,
on. They moved him on because they start putting his name out there with a tumor, and I'm like, man,
yeah,
nobody
yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
see him fight. I don't want to see a tumor fight Jermaine Franklin, bro, and pack him up, bro. Like he gonna pack him up in one round too. I don't want to see it. Like
Man,
I just don't want to see
I
it.
want to
Like
see. I want to see a tumor. I want to see a tumor fight. You know who he should fight? I want to see him fight Big Baby Miller or
mm.
Bacoli, somebody like that. That's who I want him to fight.
Yeah, man, this was a pure like this
Even
fight right here was a pure robbery last night.
of
Dyko
course.
won this fight clear, and Franklin won. And the only reason why I believe they gave Franklin a nod because of the name, and they pushing him to fight one of the other bigger names in the heavyweight division. That's the only reason why that shit
Hey,
happened and
but be
went down.
honest, Cam. Be honest, Cam. Now let's be honest. We ain't gonna go too far ahead, but those ain't the only scorecards that was whack, are they?
Oh, we
Those ain't
gonna
the only
get to it.
scorecards that was whack.
We gonna get to it. What? Yeah, did you catch this one last night? Brandon at the prelims main event. Brandon
Brandon the
Adams
Cannon.
and
Brandon
Serhii
the Cannon.
Boychuk. That
He
fight,
got
I
his
ain't gonna
number,
lie.
bro.
Serhii Boychuk and Brandon Adams was a fire ass fight last night. Fire ass fight. Them guys was it was everything as expected. Pure bar burner last night. And fucking Serhii Boychuk, man, he got outworked by Brandon Adams, man. Brandon Adams did the better work throughout the fight and was just beating Serhii Boychuk clear. No, throughout every round, damn near for real. Like Serhii Boychuk maybe won one or two rounds in this fight, maybe if
Well,
anything.
if
But
you
Brandon
talk to
Adams, I
guys,
had him winning this cleared in this fight, clear last
if
night.
you talk to guys from his era, bro, like the Charlos and that era, all those fighters from that era, they all say Brandon Adams was that dude in amateur. They all say that.
Yeah.
He just never got shot. But you from the hood, Cam, so you understand what I'm saying. It was a dude,
Fact.
every brother in the hood got one dude who just got your number. Am I right?
Absolutely, man. And
I
Adams
mean,
is
with
definitely the one
everybody
for sure.
else, I can't whoop this dude. No matter how I try, I can't whoop him. Brandon Adams got Boychuk's number, bro. Boychuk can't beat him. He just can't
Definitely,
beat him.
definitely can't beat him. Brandon Adams put on an amazing performance last night, man. He was slipping ball tuck punches. They fought on the inside the whole entire fight. Like that's what really was real amazing. Like that they fought on the inside throughout the whole entire fight, and Brandon Adams was getting the better of him, man. He had the better moments throughout the fight, man, and won that
And
fight
here's a
clear
fun
last
fact
night.
for you, big
And
dog.
Boychuk, he
Here's a
got to
fun fact
move
for
to
you.
the back of the line at 154 now.
Now here's a fun fact for you though. You know Brandon Adams is 35, right?
That's crazy, crazy, bro. Brandon Adams,
30.
bro, amazing performance from him last night, man. Really
Yeah,
amazing
yeah, yeah.
performance. Like, and he
Now,
and
now,
now
wait a minute, yeah.
he
But
put
losing
he
to
put
Brandon
his
Adams, now hold
he
on,
put
wait a
his
minute. You
name in
said
the
something.
mix now.
You
He
said
put
something.
his
You
name
said
in the
something.
mix
Hold
at
on.
154.
You said that Boychuk got to go to the back of the line. I'm not so sure. You think so?
Yeah, after this one, hell yeah, because Brandon Adams really wasn't in the play. He wasn't in the mix. He wasn't in the
No, he
mix
wasn't.
as far as
He was in
154.
top 15
Boychuk
though, right?
was in the
Wasn't he top
mix.
15? Was he top 15?
Yeah. He was in top 15. So I mean, like, but he wasn't
Okay.
like
Yeah,
in
so
the mix as far as like those other
right.
guys. Like Boychuk, his name was in position for a title eliminator next, possibly, as far as in the within the WBC. I mean, so
Okay, Cam.
Boychuk name was in the mix, And he put his name out the mix totally last night, losing to Brandon Adams. And Brandon Adams, he done inserted his name in the mix for, a title eliminator possibly coming up
Now
next week.
you,
Somebody.
Cam, I want you to put your manager hat on. If you got Brandon Adams and you managing his career right now after this win, who you want him to fight next?
That's a good question. I would say, shit. Let me look at the. Hold on, let me look at the rankings. Let me look at the
Yeah, go
rankings.
ahead. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. Because I know who I want him to fight
Because
next.
I want to be proper. I want to be proper with it. So let's go
Mm-hmm.
to 154. Looking right here. So looking at within the WBC. So Brandon Adams was not ranked. He wasn't even ranked in the WBC.
Wow. Okay.
He's not even in the top
Yeah.
15 in the WBC. He's not in the top
So Brett,
15
so
in
Boychuk's
the
he's out of the mix now.
WBO.
Boychuk's in the basement.
He ain't even top 15 in any of the
Anywhere.
four sanctioned bodies. Just thinking
So
about it.
Boychuk's in the basement.
So
Okay, get him out of here. He's in the
Boychuk,
basement.
Boychuk was number one in the WBC.
Not anymore.
And him losing last night fucked everything up for him last night. And why the
Yep.
fuck did Bullchuck decide to fight on the inside like that? Like, I know he a rock and sock 'em guy, but damn, it wasn't no
He was trying to prove a point.
methodical
He was trying to
thinking
prove
in
a
the
point.
fight.
Because if you remember the first fight that happened at the wild card like 4 years ago, right? Boychuk was winning the fight until he got knocked out.
Facts. Yeah, bro, it was
He was trying to prove a
crazy,
point
bro.
yesterday. He was trying to prove a point. So who would you want him
BBO.
to fight? Think about it. Who would you want him to fight next?
I would say, man, shit. I mean, just looking at the rankings and stuff for us, I'm gonna just look among the WBC. I mean, shit, a fight with him and Charles Conwell would be fucking fire.
That's good. That's a good name.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
name.
Brandon
You know
Adams
what?
and Charles Conwell would be a fire ass fight.
Right. But you know who I would send him after? After last night, you know who I would send him after? I'm
Cool.
trying to get him in there with Madrimov.
Nadrimov, he recovered from an injury. He should be on deck to fight soon. You know what I mean? They're looking for something soon. So it'll be interesting. That'll be an interesting matchup for sure. Madrimov and
Because
Brandon
I think
Adams, that'll be a fire ass fight for real. Looking at the
because
styles
I
of
think
both
that
guys.
would put because I think that would really put him in the mix. Because everybody is singing Madrimov's praises right now. Oh, he gave Bud a tough fight. If only he was healthy, he would have did better. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so Madrimov is supposed to be this special guy. Let's put him in there with the guy who beat up his countryman.
Hey, real shit. Hey, real shit. BVO, man, what's good, brother, man? What you think about the boy Chuck and Adams last night, man?
Oh, that was a good fight. Adams beat Boychuk.
What's up, Sombrero? Sombrero, what's up, man?
Hey, I came on here to eat my crow, and I'm gonna just tell you
Go ahead,
guys
eat
one
it.
thing. My brother said it best. The snack program works. Mission
Oh, get out of here.
Oh wow!
Put him in the background.
Oh
Put him in the
wow!
background for that. Go on, put him in
Hold
the
on,
background. Put him in the background.
hold on. Let me continue real quick before we get into Bud and Canelo. Because we know that's the main ingredients, and I got a lot of content for that for sure, man. Real quick, and of course, the Saudi Arabia guy right there, Turkey's guy. Alakil, he won by unanimous decision, moving on to 6-0 last night in his fight as well. And just
I like that kid.
let's kind of talk about this right here. So,
I
Colin
like
Watts, Fernando Vargas fight, man. I wasn't impressed. Wasn't impressed by the fight. I knew the fight was exactly how I expected it to be. Colin Watts winning by decision, and it was a boring ass fight. Fernando Vargas didn't have it, bro. Didn't have it at all. What y'all think about this one?
He was
They named
bigger,
him on one junior.
longer, and
That's all it
stronger.
was.
He was bigger, longer, and stronger. That's what it was.
I mean, that's all it come down to. They named the wrong one junior. Emiliano should have been junior.
Man, real shit. I'm with you on that, brother. Because Fernando ain't
He
him.
was
He ain't
bigger.
him.
No. The dude he fought last night, Callum Walsh, really ain't that good, but he's just really big. He's for the division. He's really long, and he got decent stamina. So that was just too much for Fernando, who really don't
Not good.
I think he needs to check his heart. I think you need to check Fernando's heart because Fernando wasn't really. Am I the only one that saw he wasn't really trying?
No, he just ain't good. I don't think he wasn't trying. He's not good.
So he ain't that good. he ain't good, man. He real life ain't that good at all.
Just remember, man,
you play sports, BBO. You play sports. Cam, you play sports. You know, it comes a time when you just got to say, fuck it. You got to bite it down on your mouthpiece and just say, fuck it. I got to get in there. And he wouldn't do that.
Or you can say this, man. What I've been trying to say, man. The snack program works. Mission accomplished. Shout out to Victor Conti. Shout out to Marion Jones.
Oh, man. Go on with that shit.
Oh, man. That's bad.
Right. Just beat the tips off that Mexican like I told you he was. You the one wearing the sombrero.
All right, so Colin Watts, man, he got the win last night on the decision. And I want to get your opinion about this because that was co-main event, which that shouldn't have been co-main event. As I said beforehand, Colin Watts and Fernando Warnes Jr. lackluster ass fucking fight, but Colin Watts got the dub. But let's talk about the real co-main event that I thought of right here.
Man.
In this fight, Billy Martinez last night.
That dude is not what they say he is. I'm gonna say that. Lester Martinez is not what y'all say he is.
But man, bro, like, hey, it was a barn burner in this fight. These guys fought on the inside throughout the whole fight too.
Right.
They fought on the inside throughout the whole entire fight too, as well, man.
And I'm gonna say this, and before you cook, I'm gonna say this. And Billy won that fight, bro. And Billy won that fight. And Billy won that fight.
They had it as a draw, man. It was a close ass fight. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And we can go ahead and kind of like go over these punch stats from the fight because I had to pull them up for this one. Because this was the only fight. This fight and the last fight, of course, was the only fight worth bringing in the punch stats. So let's go through the punch stats, man. Go through the punch stats. So in Billy, so total punches. And Billy had 273 out of 787 punches landed, 34.7 percentage. To Lester Martinez, 412 total punches landed out of 980 to his 42%, which was a crazy stat right there. Just looking at that right there. You know, you see Lester Martinez, he outlanded and Billy in the fight. Almost over, pretty much over 100 punches, pretty much. And you look at the total jabs department, 16 jabs from Billy out of 116, 13.8%. To Lester Martinez, 70 jabs landed out of 285, 24.6% for Lester Martinez in the jab department. So Lester, he beat him in the jab department. And power punches, you got Christian and Billy, 257 power punches landed out of 671, 38.3%. To Lester Martinez, 342 power punches landed out of 695. He had a 49.2% in power punches right there in that fight right there. So you see the punch that Lester dominated him throughout the punch stats on the copy box right there, which is a lot of people waking up today, they feeling that Lester Martinez possibly came with that fight and won that shit, but they had it close where they ruled it a draw, man. And you can go ahead and talk about it, brother.
Did you see Christian and Billy hurt or wobble at any time in that fight?
No, not either guy, for real, to be honest. I don't feel like either guy was hurt.
He was hitting them with those punches wasn't doing nothing. Now they told me, Cam J, They told me, as I watched this dude fight on Pro Box, but I said he fought the dude that just got off the forklift 3 hours prior, so I didn't count that fight, right? They told me this dude was a killer. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I didn't see no killer last night. I saw a flat-footed dude who don't move his head, who stands in one spot. You ain't gotta look for him. When he steps up in competition, bro, somebody gonna lay him out. He too easy to hit.
Yeah, man. Salute to D1, man. My brother, man. He said Lester Whip and Billy ass, man. And make sure y'all subscribe to my brother D1, man. Angry White Man Boxing Podcast. D1, William Old School, my brothers, man. That's family over there. Subscribe to them. He says Lester Whip and Billy ass, man. You know what I'm saying? You see it in some sunsets, man.
That's his opinion. I respect it, but I'm watching the fight. And you throwing them little pity pat punches and it ain't doing nothing to M. Billy. You can't get this dude out of your chest. And you don't move your head. And you don't move your feet. You are gonna be you fight Diego Pacheco, he gonna knock you out.
Salute the Queen.
Can't play about your ass.
Queen said I did. She said she seen them hurt
Yep.
too. Salute the Queen in the building. And salute to
Can't
my
play to
dog.
beat your ass. That dude is not very good, man. I'm sorry. That dude is not what they said he was. Yeah, he not what they said he was, bro.
What you think about Lester Martinez, Christian and Billy last night? Divine Irony. Oh, there you coming in. Okay. Now you coming in.
Okay, I appreciate that. I had it a draw, personally.
Like, you had it at you saw. Oh, you thought the draw was fair, brother?
Oh, yeah. All right, screw the audio. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I had it 5-5.
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Second. Now better?
Yeah, much better.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I had it 5-5. Lester and Billy, I had it 5-5 personally.
That's tough. That's tough, bro. Hey, I ain't mad at it, man. It was a good ass fight, bro. Good ass fight.
Cam,
Definitely
what did you
Queen
have,
said
Cam?
she could be fight of the
What did
year.
you see, Cam? What did you see, Cam?
I felt, bro. I felt there was an even fight too, Brian. I ain't gonna lie, man. I felt a draw was cool. I'm not even mad at the draw, even though like looking at the stats, it's like I felt like Lester got the better in Billy a little bit. You know what I mean? In a sense, you know what I mean? Looking back at the stats and just looking at the actual fight, Lester was doing great
It's
work
different.
on Billy. He like
That's what I was
Lester.
gonna say.
It felt like Lester had the bigger moments. You know what I mean? In a sense, like you know what I'm saying, in between the fight. That's just my opinion. Just me watching it from last night. I'm definitely will watch that fight back. I will watch
Yeah,
that
we gotta
fight
watch
back.
that again because to
That
me
fight got
it looks
hella
like
replay back.
Lester was just trying to keep the dude off of him. That's why I feel the way I feel. Because Lester was like he was just trying to get this dude up off me.
I agree with you for the first part of the fight. That was mostly the case. But then Lester kind of did some things, bro. I had like Billy winning most of the first half of the fight and Lester winning most of the second half of the fight. Personally,
I guess I'm a little biased because everybody was telling me how much of a killer this dude was, and I ain't see no killer last night. I ain't see that.
nah, me neither. I agree with you there. And it was weird because he kept catching him with the uppercut, and then he went away from that.
Because it had no effect. He catch with the uppercut and Billy get right back in his chest. He couldn't get the dude up off of him. He fight a dude that can really box because you saw what I saw. Lester's feet are slow. He don't have no hand movement. His defense is lacking. You fight a guy that can really box, he's gonna hurt you.
Oh yeah. No, neither of them can really. I don't see neither of them accomplishing a lot. To be honest with you, I think they're too limited. But I mean, there's not a whole lot of elite fighters in that division. I mean, I think Osles Iglesias probably knocks them both out. To be honest with you.
And I don't even have a problem with you saying that, bro, because it's probably true. I don't have a problem with saying that.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, Lester was like kind of weird because he kept pushing him off, and then did not when he created the distance, he really didn't do anything to capitalize on that.
Exactly.
Fast,
Oh
my
my
boy
God.
NHA had it. He said he had M Billy 7'5".
That's how I saw it. I thought that Billy did much enough to win it because the shots Lester was throwing didn't affect him, Billy. He just kept coming. I kind of feel like he kind of frustrated Lester after a while. Lester was like, damn, what do I got to do? This shit usually works on them other dudes. Yeah, but it don't work on this dude.
Shit, my boy Teach, he said a draw was worth. Lester never fought a style like that, so it kind of felt and Billy was controlling the fight a bit more.
Yeah, and Lester was very uncomfortable in there for a lot of rounds. You can tell.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, that shit. And then
You guys want to
Queen,
see it again?
she said they both was each other's toughest fight for sure, and I definitely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that for sure. Absolutely agree with that.
You guys want to see it again, though? You guys want to see it again, or want to see something?
Yeah. Hey,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I like just thinking about it. They gotta run that back. They gotta run that back. Since it was a draw,
I think so too.
They gotta run that back.
Yeah. They gotta straighten that shit out. That shit gotta get straightened out, huh, Cam?
Definitely, they gotta run that back for sure, bro. Like I gotta see that back. Top of 2026, run that shit back because that was a bar burner and it was a draw. And we got to see who was really the true better man in that fight for real. I really truly believe in that. Like we got to see who is the better man in that fight in particular for real, because that fight was a bar burner and we expected it to be. It was everything that we expected it to be. And these guys got to run that shit back.
Yeah.
NHA was good, my brother, man. Was good, man. What you think about Lester Martinez and M Billy last night, brother?
Hold on, let me fix my audio real quick.
Are you good? You good? You all good? You all good? Yeah, man. I mean, and you.
Okay,
I mean, you just look at the. Yeah, you good? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So for the Lester and Billy fight, I mean, I had in Billy winning at least 7 or 5 rounds because he's the more he was the more active fighter. He was applying the more pressure. It felt like like my man said and shit. Like Lester spent majority of fight trying to keep that man off him. And now he was landing some clean flush shots and shit. But the one thing I would say about that fight is like I don't know if they were just this was intentional to get the fans what they want, but it seemed I was like I could count on one hand like the amount of times either fighters went to the body and shit. And that shit is you ain't winning big fights, you know what I'm saying, on a high level and shit. If you can't, attack the body and shit. And I believe if one of them, either one of them, would have invested more downstairs, it would have made, you know what I'm saying, it would have made the outcome more convincing for either fighter. But I think Lester got still, he's young, he still got a lot to prove. And I believe in a rematch, Bomac, you know what I'm saying, gonna get him right, you know what I'm saying, and this whole team, Hills camp, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna get it right, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he can come up with a plan, to devise a plan to try to keep Billy at bay and shit. Because if he would have just did that, you know what I'm saying, it would have been a better outcome for him. But at the end of the day, I had to give Billy that fight because it's just like if you on the back foot the whole fight and you clearly look like the bigger guy in there and shit. I mean, Billy was more cut up and defined, but Lester was a big ass fucking boy. Pause. And you was not supposed to let him, you know what I'm saying, walk you down like, he did that whole fight. But yeah, that's how I got on that. But the other thing I want to say is like, I don't know if anybody felt the same, but that fucking fight before that, I felt like throwing something at the TV. I was like, why they had a fucking shit? Why was that a 10 rounders first to begin with? And why they throw a motherfucker in
Well,
there 7-4 just because his name?
let me explain it to you. Because the guy he was supposed to fight got injured and pulled out. They got this guy on 2 weeks' notice. This guy fought yesterday, and Tuesday he's going into the military. He's going to basic training on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, where the fuck they find this motherfucker out? I was like, did they just put him in there because his last name is Crawford and shit? I was like, what's going on here?
They got him out the gym in Texas. He got him out the gym. He was ready in the training. They gave him a retirement fight. You know that guy retired after that fight, right?
Oh, wow.
That was his last pro fight. Yeah, he's going into the service. He's going into the service. So,
yeah. Boy got a paycheck and shit. Easy payday.
And go off to the military.
Yeah, I honestly I didn't even know that. Who was the fucking the Saudi kid was supposed to fight?
He's supposed to fight some guy who was like 25 fights in. He's supposed to fight somebody who's pretty.
He was supposed to fight John Ornelas.
Yeah, John Ornelas. Yeah, he's supposed to fight that.
Yeah, he's supposed to fight him originally, and then they end up giving him Travis Crawford instead, which is that fight. I was like. Okay, it's cool. I guess
I was just happy for the Crawford guy. I was happy for the Crawford guy because you can see.
They should have put Boychuk and Adams on the damn fucking undercard.
Nah, because nobody knows either one of them, bro. I mean, and that guy's Turkey's guy. You know that Turkey brought that guy here from Saudi Arabia.
They only put Muhammad Alakel on the card because he a Saudi Arabia guy. You know what I mean? That's the only fucking reason.
That is the only.
But you can see the skill. But you can see the skills. You can see the skills. He got skills.
No, man. He do. He can box and shit, but it's like, I mean, I don't know, man. It was just 10 rounds of fucking. Felt like watching paint dry.
Because it was one-sided. It was one-sided. He couldn't knock him out. So yeah, it was bad.
It was a bad showing, bro. Teach, man. What's good, brother? Man, what you teach? What you think about Lester Martinez and Billy, brother?
Man, before that, y'all gotta put some respect on Alakel's name, man. Like, I think Saudi got one. Saudi definitely got one with this guy. But I think, he's gonna continue to develop. Like, I see him like a Moses Atuma who just continues to develop each fight. And actually, yesterday when I was looking at him, I'm like, the matchup that I want to see is Alakel and Abdullah Mason in the future for sure. Because I think both guys are nice, man. Alakel, bruh, dude has some nice hand speed, precision. Man, I like him. So Saudi Arabia definitely has one with this guy. When it comes to the Mbili and Lester fight, man, I think Mbili made him fight a fight that he was uncomfortable with. Lester never been in there with obviously a guy like Mbili, and he just made him feel uncomfortable. And Billy wasn't like really listening to his corner. He just kept coming forward like a freight train. His corner kept telling him to do stuff, and Billy just never did anything at all except for just come forward, because that's his fighting style. And Lester Martinez, he never really listened to his corner too. Like, he tried, but I feel like the style, like, he couldn't get away from the style to do what Bomac was asking him to do, and that was like, spin around the guy, like take angles and spin around the guy when he got that close. He did it several times, like went around, and he was successful when he did it. But I feel like the overwhelming punches of Mbili just made his feet like stuck in mud, like he just couldn't get away. and I feel like a lot of those punches kind of sapped him too, which is why he wasn't trying to move that much. But those guys, man, they need to run it back ASAP. Like, I wouldn't want them to fight anybody else until they get that rematch. But good fight. I mean, a draw definitely worth it because these guys, they just came in, dogged it out, and used their will to get through 10 rounds. Kind of wish it was 12 rounds though. Kind of wish it was 12, but good fight, man. Contender. I think we got to put that as a contender for fight of the year for sure.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, brother. Yeah, man. They definitely I agree with you 100%. They definitely need to run that fight back for sure, man. Because that fight, that it needs to be solved. We need to know who the better man in that fight. So that they got to run that shit back. I don't want to see them fight just like Teach. I don't want to see them fight anyone else but each other next. Flat out. You know what I mean? We got to see Lester Martinez and Billy run that shit back immediately. And let's go ahead and get to the big shit, man. So you already know, man. Main event, man. Main event, man. Y'all already know. Salute to my dog Mike M in the building, and salute to T Mac, as well, man, in the building. And let's go and get to it, man. So, what's y'all thoughts, man? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and play this footage from the ninth
Play that
round
first.
of this fight.
Hey, Shelton, you have
Canelo
feedback. You
and
could,
Bud right here. Which
Shelton,
was
you got to mute because you got feedback.
yeah. This was the better fight right here. So I'm gonna play this clip right here.
Land by Crawford. I think it's more than no nonsense. As Teddy Atlas would always say, Canelo is looking to be friends, and Crawford is not looking to be friends. Great exchange from Terrence Crawford right there. Canelo's.
I gotta play that back one more time. That exchange was fire right there, and Bud was getting his shit off in that. Let me play that back one more time.
Land by Crawford. I think it's more than no nonsense. As Teddy Atlas would always say, Canelo is looking to be friends, and Crawford is not looking to be friends. Great exchange from Terrence Crawford right there. Canelo's.
Oh, man. So
I'm gonna say,
as
I'm
y'all
gonna say
already
one.
know, the man Bud Crawford, 3-time undisputed, beating Canelo Alvarez last night, man. Salute to him. Congratulations to Bud Crawford, man, on an amazing win last night. And go ahead and get started, man. What y'all think about the fight, brothers?
I'm gonna say one thing. In that round you just played, right? What saved Canelo is that headbutt. Because
Mm.
that motherfucker, that ref he gave he gave Crawford a good amount of time, but that shit benefited Canelo more than anybody. Because I think Crawford might have got him out of there and shit in that round and shit. I honestly believe that because just by that exchange alone, you could tell Crawford was he that motherfucker was on one right there. I think he could have ended Canelo. But that's all I got to
Mm.
say on that particular round. I think that headbutt and shit, you know what I'm saying? Even though,
Man, look
obviously,
here, man. I tried to told you, Cam. I tried to told you. Winless. He had
Talk
no
your shit.
advantages in the
Talk your
fight.
shit.
He didn't have a footwork advantage. He didn't have a size advantage. He didn't have the reach advantage. He didn't have the athleticism advantage. He didn't have the boxing IQ advantage. I didn't see where people thought Canelo had a chance to beat this guy. They were saying the power and the size, but we saw on the way in Friday the size wasn't going to be a factor. And once he took them shots in the first round, we saw that the power wasn't going to be a factor. And I told you the last time we talked, if he can't hurt Bud, he gonna have a long night.
yep. Now, when Buck caught that, it's like Buck was seeing everything he was throwing like in slow motion, and that's why he was able to catch most of his, you know what I'm saying, that Canelo signature overhand right on a mitt. And when he was catching him a mitt, you could still feel the power. So I guess When Bud was comfortable, it's like, okay, this is what you're working with. Okay, now let me get to work. He just, it was done after that. Once Bud knew he was able to handle Canelo's power, it's like he was able to do what he do because Bud does what he does best, countering. Like them flurries that you know what I'm saying you play, Cam. That's signature Bud right there. But when he does it, he's in a line of fire, so he's liable to get cracked. And the reason he's able to do that and be so comfortable doing it is because he's like, you know what? I felt Canelo's power. I'm gonna go in there and take that risk. And I gotta say, you know what I'm saying, the motherfuckers who follow Bud, who know how Bud fight, we all said the same shit. If he's able to do that, it's over for Canelo. And that shit was over quick.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this fight, I had it 60-40 for Canelo. But I was rooting for Bud to win. And the reason why I say that is because Canelo was acclimated to 168. Like, he was more familiar with the bigger guys. And then we had the situation where, Boots went into the camp, and I thought, okay, Canelo got some good looks with Boots in his stances, his hand speed. Now we see the outcome of this fight. Yeah, we got to throw all that out the window. The weight didn't matter. The power didn't matter. The sparring didn't matter. What mattered was pretty much the IQ. And I thought that Bud had as much skill and as much IQ as well, which is, why I kind of edged Canelo. But he proved me wrong again. Bud had the better IQ. Bud had the better skills. Bud had Bud showed a lot of tools, man. Not only in the toolbox, but the whole tool shed. Like, he had a variety of punches. He had different speeds, like where he changed up his punches. He was using long and short shots. The dude used his legs with purpose. Like, he wasn't running. He was moving when he had to move, fighting when he had to fight. He was just being an offensive and a defensive tool, man. And like, it clearly showed that he outskilled Canelo in that fight. Like, Canelo just had only a few tools. That body shot where he was trying to get, that hook where he was trying to get, tried to use his power, that didn't work. So Canelo, like, he really struggled against the movement, and he struggled against the hand speed, the combinations. And the way I saw that fight was, I had it a wash, man. Like, I only gave Canelo 2 rounds in that fight. And we just got to give Bud respect for this, man. Like, legacy, 3 times undisputed. Imagine, like, coming up from 135. At 135, nobody know who Bud really was. Nobody had anything bad to say against Bud. 140, nobody had anything bad to say about Bud. And everything just started to change as soon as he got to 147. But yeah, Bud, man, gotta put him as like the greatest of this era, in my opinion. And we'll see how it goes. Like, right now, a lot of people want to see, Bud, and you're probably going to get to this topic, Cam. A lot of people want to see Bud fight, like, Benavidez, Bivol, and all these guys now. But what does that say about Bud? If they want him to see him fight these people, they feel like he has a chance to win.
I think the ones who are asking for that, it's not because they necessarily feel he's gonna win. They just want him to get, humiliated. And
They want him to get beat. They want him to get beat.
That's all. It is what it is.
Nah, but what I'm saying, you only put Bud against these people, like, if you feel like he has a chance to win. Like, in their heart, they know that he has a chance to win. That's why they want to see it. In their heart,
He don't
they
have a
know.
chance to win against Bivol or Benavidez. He's too small for both those guys. You'll have a chance to win
Yeah,
against this
Vivo,
guy.
Vivo definitely not. But Benavides, man, it's like it's Benavides coming down to 168. I don't know if he could if
I don't think so.
he can't.
I doubt he comes down to
I
68.
think, and if he does, I'm the biggest Crawford fan you can fucking find and shit. I welcome that fight. Why? Because do I think Bud has a chance? Yeah. Do I think he can get knocked the fuck out? Fuck yeah. But I'm not gonna be one of these fans of like, nah, he don't need to fight him. He shouldn't fight him because of that and shit. He's too big, this and that. Nah, it's like, yo, he's at 168. He's the undisputed champ at 168. If Benavides and shit, so you know what? I'm on campaign. I'm trying. I need to come get. I need to come get what I couldn't get when Canelo's there. I'm all for it. But that's what I got on that.
Yeah,
Cam, we ain't
man.
heard from you, man.
I
What
got
you saw,
yeah.
Cam?
So let me answer my boy Dark Kent, man. He said how you scored the rounds, man, between Bud and Canelo. I mean, me honestly, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I had I had Bud winning this fight clear, bro, and which is I said, leading up to this fight, I had Canelo winning the fight by decision, but I was rooting for Bud to win because I'm like the underdog story, the whole this was the first fight. Bud was literally the underdog for real. If you really in reality think about it, he wasn't an underdog in any other fights besides last night. And going into this fight, just looking at Bud, his confidence and everything, and I mentioned leading up, throughout this fight and in the build up, Canelo, do Bud team think that Canelo is food, which is they had an amazing game plan last night. You know what I'm saying with Bud, mixing it up with on the inside and the outside and picking the shots very well, which is Bud just showed his greatness last night with his accuracy and his punches. Like his punches were so accurate that he was on, man. He was so spot on for sure, man. And let me go ahead and pull this up right here with the stats from last night of this fight. This It was real interesting with the stats that I wanted to look at and wanted everybody to see this right here. So Canelo Alvarez, we're gonna start with total punches. Total punches from Canelo Alvarez. 99 total punches landed at a 338, 29.3%. Bud Crawford, 115 total punches landed out of 534, 21.5% for Bud Crawford last night in total punches. So Bud Crawford won in the total punches department with 20. Well, actually, no, my bad. Canelo won with total punches. He was more accurate for us the total punches department. And the jab department, you got Canelo with 16 out of 76, 20.5% in the jab department for Canelo Alvarez. Bud Crawford, 45 jabs landed at a 326, 13.6%, 13.8% in the jab department. So Canelo beat him in the jab department as well as total punches. And then you look at the power punches. Canelo Alvarez, 83 out of 260 power punches landed, 31.9%. Bud Crawford, 70 power punches landed out of 208, 33.7%. Bud Crawford beat him in the power punches department right there. So you look at it for us, the stats, it posed the stats. It looks like it was a close fight through the stats, but the stats don't detail on how the fight looked. Like how the fight looked to me, in my opinion, I feel like Bud won that shit clear. Won that shit clear. And I said that he was gonna have to beat Canelo Alvarez clear by decision, or he's gonna have to get a stoppage, which I didn't believe in Bud getting a stoppage. I know a lot of Bud Crawford fans that before the fights they was screaming out he was gonna stop Canelo and all of that shit, and I was never a believer in that. And no, he definitely won that shit clear by decision, man, and just amazing performance from him. Like literally, Canelo probably won literally maybe 2 or 3 rounds out of the fight to me. Yeah, maybe if that, man. But Bud won that shit clear, fair and square last night, and it was clear to me to where like it ain't even no rematch need to me. Honestly, to be honest, I don't need to see no rematch with Bud and Canelo because Bud won that shit so clear to where we don't even need to see a rematch, in my opinion. What y'all think about that? Yeah, what y'all think about that?
So I mean, I think that the CompuBox pretty much didn't reflect what I saw, because I mean, what I saw was Bud pretty much sweeping Canelo, but people got their opinion. I was going through YouTube yesterday, um, after this fight to different platforms. Some people had it a closer fight. Some saw it the same as the judges, 7-5. Interesting enough, I was looking at the AI score on X. They had the fight a draw, and yeah, I was just listening to Ellie. He hates Bud, so he had Canelo winning. So there's a lot of different conclusions out there. But what I saw was a clear fight for Bud. Again, I only saw Canelo winning like 2 rounds. Bud just had it in the bag for me.
Yep,
Yeah, I
this is
saw
this
that
the
something
AI
shit
score.
last
This the
night.
AI
He
judges
said, I'm
right
the
here.
only one that voted for you. I
The
had you
AI
winning. I'm the
judges had it as a
only
draw
one.
right here. So you see it right here through Ring Magazine. They had the fourth judge as the AI judge, and they ruled it as a draw.
Yeah, he's retarded. Whoever set that program up is retarded. Uh, yeah, I saw Ellie last night. He did his little interview with Canelo. He said, I'm the only one who voted for you. I had you winning. I'm the only one. Maybe he thinks he'll get another interview or something. I don't know. But anybody who knows boxing, who watches boxing, and watched that fight, the closest you could have had that fight was 8-4. That's the closest. 7-5. It was not a 7-5 fight. To me, I scored it 9-3. I thought Canelo might have won the first round, the fifth round, and the seventh round when he headbutted Bud. That's the only rounds he won to me.
That's tough. That's tough. Let me play this video right here. Look at the boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
I told you, motherfuckers. What did you just watch? I only speak the facts.
Oscar De La Hoya right there,
Bro,
man.
where did he get that shirt?
Hey, that shirt was crazy right there, bro. Dead ass. Dead ass, man. And I'm about to play this right here. This is Canelo and Bud after the fight. Um Going into, yeah, that boy handing that boy them straps, man. Great gesture right there from Bud Crawford, man, for sure. And I got another clip right here. This is Canelo in the press conference right here speaking about Bud, and I want to get y'all reaction to this right here. What Canelo says in this clip right
If
here.
you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terrence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, so let me get y'all opinion, man. What y'all think about Canelo on that right there?
I say this all the time, and people flip out and they lose their mind, but I'm going to say it again. At 135, I don't think anybody beats Floyd. I don't even think Roberto Duran beats Floyd at 135. At 147, Crawford, and 147, Mayweather, Crawford knocks him out.
What I'll say to that is, I've seen all 3 fights, right? Floyd versus Canelo, Bivol versus Canelo, Bud versus Canelo. Not going to add the Triple G fight since that was a draw. And I mean, I think Bud beat him the cleanest. At When Floyd fought Canelo, Canelo lacked experience because he was younger. Not saying Canelo was very inexperienced, but to me he's a better fighter today than he was against Floyd. And Bud washed him. But he didn't want to be in the ring with Bud. You could see the frustration on his face. You could see the frustration on his body when he was fighting Bud in the later rounds. Like, he was just out of it. Like, he had moments where he was just walking off. Like, man, I can't do anything with this guy. Yeah, that's how I saw it, man. Like, this is a cleaner fight than the other ones.
Facts, bro. Facts. Facts. Yeah, man. I'm like, me personally, man. I see people in the comments, man. Salute to Miss Joette for sure in the building right there. And I'm gonna read this comment right here. With T Mac. T Mac said after round 6, it became clear Canelo couldn't keep up with the angle changes. He got used to being the faster guy. So what y'all think about that comment right there?
Cam,
Yeah, what y'all think about that one?
I've always said that, Cam. I've always said that Canelo came up to 68 and he took advantage of a bunch of bigger, slower guys. He's usually the fastest guy in the ring. Am I right or wrong?
You
Yeah, he definitely had the speed of. He definitely had the speed and over everyone and shit.
And last night, he wasn't the faster guy. He didn't have those advantages. The advantages he had over Plant, over Berlanga, over all them guys, Callum Smith, he didn't have those advantages last night, and it showed.
Yeah. Back to the situation with Forrest, Canelo saying, him being better than Floyd. That was a real interesting, perspective from him. You know what I mean? Because he definitely fought both guys, but just looking at the perspective of Canelo being, you know, younger at the time when he fought Floyd, and then him being older when he fought Bud. That's an interesting factor. Just thinking about those two aspects of his take right there in particular, which is very interesting for sure. And let me play this clip from Bud last night right here in the press conference right here.
Be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terrence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. He wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But, I think I was the better man tonight.
Man, so what's your take on Bud right there on his take from the press conference for the fight?
I agree with him 100%. The same thing.
He just
listen, contract that he gonna lose.
Bud reiterated what Canelo said himself. Because if y'all remember, when they asked Canelo, it was like, "What is it that troubled you most about Terrence Crawford?" That motherfucker said everything. He's like, when you say that, it means like there was really nothing that he could, that he could point out. And I was like, you know what, this part of his fight game gave me more trouble. It's like, and salute to Canelo and shit, man. He took that loss in grace, and Canelo, that motherfucker. When he lost to Floyd, he didn't. That wasn't a graceful loss, and Floyd washed him. But he took his lumps, and they had no excuses and say, he's like, yo, he's like, I trained my ass off. I came in prepared. There's nothing I could do with him. So And as far as like the comparison with Floyd, I don't want I hate to take away anything from Floyd and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he completely washed Canelo. But at the same time, he fought a younger version of Canelo who wasn't as experienced. That's not making no excuses for him and shit. But one thing I will say, and y'all can tell me what y'all think and shit. If if Bud was in Floyd's shoes at that time and had all the advantages as far as ring size, glove size, rehydration, weight catch, how y'all think that fight would have turned out? I'm just gonna leave it there.
You mean if Floyd would have went up to 68?
Oh no, Floyd's not going up to 168. I'm just saying if Bud was switch Bud with Floyd, and Bud had all the advantages that Floyd had coming into the fight. Okay, we gonna fight at my catch weight. No, you can't rehydrate I can rehydrate to whatever I want.
Yeah, Bud will kill him. Bud will kill him.
There you go.
You got bad echo. Oh,
Bud will kill him.
Yeah, your echo is terrible. It's harsh.
Yeah, I didn't see anything Bud said that was wrong.
Hold on,
Bud said.
Shelton, can you go on mute? Oh, who's that with the S?
Nah, that's Shelton.
Yeah, Shelton, can you go on mute? Sorry, your echo's bad.
Yeah, so Bud didn't say anything wrong. Pretty much whatever he said, that's what happened in the ring. He blocked a good amount of those shots, and nothing like really affected him. Canelo's the one who was affected the whole night. The comparisons with Bud and Mayweather, man, prime for prime. I would have loved to see these two guys fight. If it was a fantasy matchup. Obviously, their ages are far apart, but it's a fantasy fight, prime for prime. Yeah, I would have definitely loved to see that fight to see who'd win. But I mean, I can't tell you that Bud is better than Floyd or Floyd is better than Bud. I mean, these guys are like great within their own rights, and I mean, you could have the conversation if you want, but it's just hard to gauge until like you actually see these guys fight. So that's what I got. That's what I have to say on that.
What's up, CamJ?
Boxing Hacker, man, what's good, brother, man? What you think about Bud and Canelo last night,
Man,
brother?
I try to tell people, there's been this running narrative. Just because you're bigger or you punch hard doesn't necessarily mean that you're better. I've been saying like skills always pay the bills in boxing, and I'm just happy he won because there's been so many silly narratives that have been running around. Like people say that he gained 20 pounds of muscle in 1 year. Where was that 20 pounds of muscle at when the fight happened? So many things. Oh, he will never take Canelo's punches. He was taking Canelo's punches, I think, but and I kept saying it for a long time that Bud is a bad style matchup for Canelo. Canelo can't punch and move. I said numerous times that for Canelo to even throw a punch, he has to place his feet. So when you fight movers, and you have to place your feet, like if somebody's moving, they gotta keep you moving, and that's literally what happened in that fight. Canelo had to keep resetting, and then he was throwing one shot at a time. You can do multiple shots when the other fighter is slower or is more of a come forward fighter. But when you have a pure boxer, or even hold on 1 second. Even though Bud's more of a boxer puncher, Bud's an interesting character. He's a boxer puncher, but he's a master boxer. Like the part of him that boxes is like a master boxer puncher. And that kind of style is very hard to defeat, And I just think that, it was just a bad style for Canelo. And shouts out to Bud, like he showed up, I think he fought the right game plan. He didn't he banged in spurts, but he didn't try to like out muscle Canelo or even like let Canelo like lead him into a war, giving Canelo a little bit more advantages and stuff. As far as the Bud and Mayweather comparison, I mean, I don't know. Both fighters were great. You know, I can't. It's hard for me to even say, to be honest with you. Like both fighters are great. They both beat Canelo in their own way. I think Floyd beat Canelo a little more polished way. As far as what would happen if they fought at 152, it's hard to say that too because I mean that means Bud would have to cut down to 152. You know, like it's hard to read this. It's hard to even say what would even happen in those scenarios. You know, I don't think Floyd had all the advantages in that fight like people say he did. You know, because remember Canelo was a welterweight, wasn't he? And then like Canelo was also a big boy. He was way bigger than Floyd. You
Canelo
know,
was a junior. He was a super welterweight. He was at 154.
was he always? I thought he fought welter at one point.
He did, but when he fought Floyd, he was the junior
Yeah, so
middleweight champion.
so that's what I'm saying. Like Floyd was like wasn't as big. Canelo was way bigger than Floyd in that ring, you know. So it wasn't like Floyd had all the advantages, like people say. Canelo was huge in that ring against Floyd. Floyd was just was a way better boxer that night, you know. But yeah, I just think that this lays to rest a lot of things that people have been saying for a while. Like people were claiming that Bud was like gaining like hundreds of pounds of muscles in a couple of months. He must be on with snack, but it had nothing to do with strength. It was just pure skill and talent.
Hey, real
Yeah.
quick. So it's kind of interesting, right? Initially I said if I was Bud, like I would like start camp early, try to get to 168 and maintain that weight, just to get used to it. And it's kind of real interesting what Crawford said last night. And this was in the post interview, I believe. He said that he started to train since February, and that's discipline, man. Like 7 months of training. He's been putting in work. Like very disciplined guy. If he's been training since February.
But that's what he does. I mean, that he lives and breathes boxing while he's active. So and when you live that, like, Floyd did the same shit too. Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Vince was saying like he'll one thing that Floyd does different. He parties. He's in the limelight, but one thing he they do similar. Neither of them indulge in any drugs or alcohol, and that does play a big part in how you maintain your body and shit, and how you're able to you know compete at a high level. So Floyd will tell you shit. He go to he'll party until what I'm saying 1, 2 a.m. and then motherfucker and shit and be like, yo, I'm about to go running and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it just shows you, what I'm saying, like you have to live that fucking, what I'm saying, if in order to be as great as them two are, you gotta fucking live and breathe boxing. You have to take, you have to take it as serious as they do, and it shows in the ring. And a lot of people have not they seen that they were willing to acknowledge that about Floyd, his work ethic, and all that. For some reason, but never got that, saying unless the ones who really followed him or the ones who's not really biased against him, they never really acknowledge how disciplined Bud is when it comes to boxing. Like when we say he's a gym rat and this and that and shit, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, oh, you know, we're clowning like we're really making that up. Like if you actually follow this man's career, you will know he is as disciplined of an athlete as you ever gonna find one. Man hates to lose. You get those are the type of, what I'm saying, mentality the greats have and shit. So I think, slowly he's gonna get his just due. But my opinion, I think he should just retire and shit because I don't think he has anything else to prove to to the hardcore boxing fans that are not creating biased and shit that don't hate him. And to prove, and I don't think he needs to prove anything to the haters because if he hasn't realized it by now, there's nothing he gonna do that's gonna satisfy him because you already got motherfuckers like, well, shit. Well, he didn't fight Benavides. Oh, you need to fight Bivos. Like it's never gonna be enough. And if he goes and Benavides, convincing him like, man, you see what Roy Jones did. He went up to heavyweight. It's like it's never gonna be enough. So, for my opinion, I think he just retire unless the money's too good. You know what I'm saying for him for a rematch or any other fight.
I'm glad you
Because you
brought that
already
point up.
yeah, you already proved it to you know what I'm saying to boxing fans and shit. People appreciate the sweet science. You proved it. You won it. You one of them once. You the all time great. Nah, I'm not giving you that. You better than Floyd. I'm not. I can't say I can give you that. But you
Yeah,
one
what
of
y'all
them
think about
ones.
this right
I'm
here?
I'm I'm glad you
Turkey
brought
on
that
the
point
sheet,
up.
man. This man makes a tweet last night saying, "Can David Benavidez still make 168?" No, he
Mhm.
cannot. He cannot. I know. David on
And
record himself saying that he's not willing to go back down to 168 from 175.
For that
So
fight, I think you would.
money
Yeah.
money makes motherfuckers change their mind.
For that fight, I think you would. Man, to NHA's point, man, like I mean, I kind of feel the opposite because um Roy Jones is my favorite fighter, and I think I told Shelton this before. Like when Roy did what he did, he it was already cemented to me, so I didn't really care if he lost after that. So, he took some L's after what he did, and I mean, I was still happy with Roy's career. If Bud decides to continue to fight, and let's say he takes a loss, nothing changes for me, man. Definitely nothing changes for me.
Likewise, too, man. Nothing changed with me. He goes up there, so he loses and shit. It's not going to diminish what he's already done. Only reason I said I don't mind if he retires and shit because I I think at this point, unless you're fighting for, it's a legacy fight. There's no need to prove, you can do this and that. You already proven that, what I'm saying, you are arguably the best of your generation. It's like who's there to fight and shit, you know what I'm saying? Not the same, you know what I'm saying, if the fight presents itself, I'm not gonna be interested. But I just think his detractors are never gonna be satisfied. They're never gonna give it up to him and shit. And if he's fighting for that, don't. Cause you ain't never gonna be loved like, what I'm saying, like some of these other fighters. That's just the fact of it. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Just go motherfuckers appreciate you. You're a god in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? You're one of the, you know what I'm saying? You're one of the fucking all time best fighters and shit. So just I say just right off in the sunset, you know what I'm saying, and let you know, and just because you're not really appreciated like that in boxing.
Agreed. I think I think he should retire. He shouldn't even entertain the Benavidez fight. Wasn't Benavidez is too big, let's be real. Like Benavidez is not even that's a heavyweight that's in these lower weight classes currently. I don't even think he should fight Boots. I feel like Boots is why you beat Canelo. You don't need a spar. You don't need to fight Canelo sparring partner at this point. That's over. That's over with. The brother's
I
done. I
don't
think
mind the Boost fight. I actually don't
you
mind, but
beat
Boost is
Canelo.
bring
Trying
his.
to fight a sparring partner. It doesn't make it. What are you gaining from that? I don't think you gain. Boost is no longer like if he was still like still had if he still has titles at 147 and maybe like he has nothing else to gain from Boots. Honestly, I think Boots needs to make his own way at this point. But Canelo was the last of Bud's generation. I think they should both retire.
yeah,
I mean,
I
Canelo
don't
lost.
see
Canelo's still
Bud
great.
moving. I don't see Bud like me personally. I personally think he should, definitely go ahead and retire. Possibly, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Go out to the sunset with this fight. You got you a big bag. You done became 3-time undisputed. You know what I mean? Like it makes
Or do
all sense for him
exhibitions.
to do that in my opinion, you know what I mean, for sure. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, I don't think going down 160, 168 is a thing. He could do it. He could definitely do it, but I don't see him doing it though. Like, and then it's like what fights is out there for him, at this moment,
No.
like the fights will be at the lower weight division, but it's like when you move up to 168, why would you want to go back down? Like that's where
That's
I'm at
true.
with it.
Exactly. There's no point. Like any fight he takes now will be a step back in his career. and he's done everything in boxing except lose. You know, and you don't want to get you rather retire from boxing on top versus letting boxing retire you. You know, I will
Now
say
let me
one
ask
thing.
let me ask y'all this.
Yeah,
Where y'all place Bud in history with the with the greats?
I have him over Sugar Ray Leonard. I don't know if I have him over Floyd though.
I got him
Um,
top 5, top
top 5.
10.
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
tough, man. That's like
yeah.
there's a lot of fucking great fighters that came before him. So I'll just say like this: he's one of the all-time greats. Man, I'm not even gonna put a number on it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Pick 10 and shit, and just find a spot for him and shit. It's
I think
just
I think he's over Sugar Ray. Ray Robinson's an interesting story. Ray Robinson just had a lot of goddamn fights, and it's hard to. And you know, a lot of people I've never even seen a lot of those fights before. You know. Um. Wait, where do y'all put the rest? Okay, who are your top 5s right now, and why?
it would all be subjective and shit. Because you know what I'm saying? We got different eras and shit. So it's like
Yeah,
Absolutely.
relatively.
some people put Usyk in a fucking top 5, but some people be like, nah, man, he fought in a weak era and shit with the heavyweights. It's just too subjective. I don't even like to get into all
So
the
it's
Right.
details.
interesting
So
Right.
because
That's why I couldn't even sit there and just be like, who top 5, who top 10 and stuff. Like, because it's different eras, like, NHA, mentioned for sure. And far as, just Bud, this is one thing I just, I don't want to shit on the greatness of Bud, but my only flack that I give Bud about the undisputed was the fact that he wins the undisputed and then he don't never defend it. That's my only flack about him becoming undisputed. But other than that, just with Bud Crawford, like his greatness, just the fact him moving up, no 2-3 weight classes the way he did and dominating Canelo last night. Like he's definitely one of the all-time greats for sure. Like he put on an
yeah,
amazing performance last night, and you can't do nothing but give him all fucking praise for that last night. Like the way he dominated that fight and the way he did his thing last night. Anybody hating on Bud Crawford today, you're a fucking dickhead. You're a pure dickhead because Bud Crawford handle business, which a lot of people around the world didn't believe he was going to do, even including myself. I thought he was going to lose by decision last night, and I was rooting for him to win, and he won that shit last night. And I got to give all praises to him because that was just an amazing performance last night. That performance definitely goes down in history the way he did it last night with Canelo, man. And you can't do nothing but just give him nothing but praise for last night for sure. He definitely was a dog in that shit. But far as top 5, top 10 and shit, I mean, I think Bud is outside of those top guys. Me personally, you know what I'm saying. I think there's other guys that's better than him. You know what I'm saying? And just, you matching up resumes and, you take the time and doing that and everything. I can probably put probably 10 guys in front of, Bud Crawford. But a lot of people, I understand that with the accolades with Bud Crawford, a lot of people are going to, put him top 5, top 10 and everything due to the accolades because he's doing something that's never been done. The man's 3-time undisputed. So a lot of people is going to put him in the top 5, top 10, which is I'm not mad at all. Like I'm not mad at that at all. Like, we're all talking boxing. We all love boxing and shit. And if you got Bud Crawford in your top 5, top 10 ever, then you're definitely good. You know what I'm saying? You're fine. I'm fine with that for sure. I don't have no problem with anybody putting Bud top 5, top 10. But me personally, he's not in my top 5 or top 10.
Mm. Like
yeah,
realistically, if you could do it off of accolades, I mean that's so much easier.
Yeah,
Obviously, Bud is going to be
Facts.
number one if it's accolade. But in terms of skills, it's hard to say because you can't put these guys in the ring together at this point. And whatever conclusion you have is just going to be an opinion. So yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
even accolades is
you'd have
pretty. Like I said, you have fighters like Ray Robinson that fought like 200 fights. And he won what like middleweight world titles multiple times. So like, but then I don't know. But also interesting enough, right? So okay, like Floyd and Bud. one thing they both accomplished, they both fought like legacy fights, right? Like Floyd fought Pacquiao, which was a legacy fight. He fought De La Hoya, which was his first legacy fight. Pacquiao, which was his second legacy fight. So he actually fought 2 legacy fights, you know. Bud fought Earl Spencer's 1 legacy fight. Canelo wasn't a legacy. I don't know. No, okay. When I said not legacy fight, but like when you're supposed to fight your peer, like that other guy, you know. Earl Spence was Bud's other guy. Oscar De La Hoya became Floyd Mayweather's other guy, you know. Canelo wasn't really Crawford's other guy, but it was an impossible feat, you know. Like he did like an impossible feat. So it's really hard, even with when you look at like just like accolades and stuff. When you put it in context, it's even like complicated at that point, you know. But then you have undisputed multiple times versus undisputed. That's true. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Teach. Because Floyd was never undisputed. He was unified, but he was never undisputed. So,
and that's the thing that kind of pissed me off about Floyd. Like Floyd could have could have pushed for undisputed, but dude didn't really do anything. That kind of pissed me off. But
Floyd fought
when he got that contract.
Floyd fought 19
it was more like a filling fights and shit. In my opinion, man. When he got that,
he never lost. So
he did it.
Yeah, he fought 19 world champions and he never lost. He fought 19 world champions, 3 of which were pound for pound number ones at one point in their life. So and he never lost. You know, so it's
the only thing that hurts Crawford's, like you going to call him his legacy, is the lack of, you know, contemporaries on his resume. But that's not that's we can say, you know what I'm saying, that like he never got the opportunity to fight him, or we can say, you know what, he's kind of to blame for not getting those opportunities, but by being signed exclusively to Top Rank and this and that and shit. But at the end of the day, he never got he never got that opportunity like some of these other fighters, like Floyd, like some of these other greats who's actually got in there and got to rumble and shit with their contemporaries, win, lose, or draw. Like Sugar Ray, like the Hagglers, the Hit, you know what I'm saying, the Hearns and shit. They got the opportunity to fight each other because the motherfuckers were willing to fight each other. They didn't fight in the era we had all this politics. So yeah, Buzzaw's gonna have that. But one thing he's gonna have over all of them is every time he was presented with the opportunity, he capitalized on it. Just like MJ, we could have this MJ and LeBron conversation. One thing, my opinion, I hate to bring it there, why MJ got it over LeBron and shit, not taking nothing away from LeBron, is because when MJ got his shot to be the king, he never gave that up. Like when I became ruler, I was the fucking ruler. You ain't getting that. It's like same thing with Bud. When he got his opportunity, he shined on the biggest stage. It's like it's like there's no bigger way to prove it. Jumping up damn near 2-3 weight classes and shit to beat the best fighter in that division and shit.
I mean, I'd say the only other contemporaries that I would want to see Boots fight, it's probably Keith and Boots. But I don't know. Keith was on some weird stuff. Like I don't know what he did to piss like Spence and Bud off, but they didn't want to fight him. And you know, everybody wanted to see the Bud and Boots fight.
I mean, so what happened was that, you know, Earl Spence wanted to fight Keith Thurman for a long time, but Keith was like, when Earl Spence was coming up, Keith was like pushing him off. He said, "Oh, well, you have to become he's not even a champion."
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then remember Keith Thurman wanted to fight Floyd. Floyd said, "Fight EJ first," you know.
Mm-hmm.
Keith said no, you know. And he kept saying no until EJ started to become the man, you know. Dan was like, "I'll fight him." And EJ was like, "Bro, like when I was coming up, you said no, so I'm gonna say no to you." And everybody turned down. Keith Thurman turned down Bud too. Keith Thurman said Bud was too small, you know.
And that's kind of in order to keep you know, to Keith's defense and shit. It is kind of like unfair because he was only doing what fucking Floyd Mayweather did to him.
Exactly.
So it's like, do I think he should have gave Spence the shot But I'm like, yeah, but why? How much? Why would he pass up Spence for Pacquiao? You know what I'm saying? We got
And
to be
that's the thing,
realistic
yeah.
too and shit.
I
So
mean,
it's like
he could have fought Spence earlier though. He could have fought Spence a lot earlier in his
he
career.
could have, but with all the injuries and all that shit, so you gotta understand this shit. It's like
Man, Keith was capping, man.
Nah, but
he might.
this is kind of like what these fighters like are doing today. Is like, okay, why I'm the number one guy. Why should I fight like a no name person? When I could try and get a bigger fight, and that's what Keith was doing. So I'm not even mad at him for saying, okay, my plan is to go after Floyd. You're just coming up. I'm not going to give you this fight yet. He did the same with Bud. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, okay,
Like, why are you like why is Bud and Spence overly sensitive about that situation?
but teach. Here's the thing that means we don't owe you anything either, right? You don't have to be mad at that. But when it's our turn, don't expect us to give you the same handout. That's just how it is. Like teachers, like if I want you to help me with something, or I want to do business with you, right? And you were like, oh, I'm too big to do business with you. I'm too big. And then one day my business starts blowing up, right? And then you
Yeah,
come to me and say, let's do business together. I'll owe you nothing.
yeah, I
When
get it.
I was up and coming, you weren't trying to help me, so I ain't trying to help you neither. You
But
done retired and came back and talking about you want to fight me. Hell
yeah,
no.
but at the same time, I mean, Keith still had a name, right? Keith still had a name,
Then
and
you
I
work.
think people wanted to see that fight, those fights.
Yeah,
Listen,
people still definitely still don't know, but that
Keith only had his name.
Keith's
That's the difference.
fucking he couldn't stay fucking out. He couldn't stay healthy. So it's like even though we wanted to see the fight, it's like you can never be counted on. And shit. So it's like
Man,
I
look,
get
man.
it.
Keith got married, he cut his hair, and that was it. One time became sometime. That's all that happened with that brother.
Came once upon a time.
Yeah, once upon a time. Maybe next time. That's what happened.
Man, so
After,
I got
after
another I
Crawford
got
got goddamn
another clip I'm
ponytail, it
gonna
was
play real
over.
quick. Let me play this clip of Bud right here too.
I'm just going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Yeah, man. So yeah, the 175. Bud said, "Nah, that ain't happening, man, for sure, man." And I like what he said about, for far as Floyd talking about the era, saying that Floyd was the best in his era, and Bud, he said that he's the best in his era. So like, I definitely, agree with him 100%. It's like similar to like, you know. Michael Jordan and Kobe and LeBron and in the NBA, all of those everybody always measures shit up to Michael Jordan, of course, you know what I mean, because everybody believes he's the GOAT and shit. But you got to break down the eras. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan, he was the best in his era. Kobe was after Jordan, and then of course LeBron, and then Steph Curry, etc. From there, you know what I mean? So it's the same similar thing. You know what I'm saying? So I like to measure shit by the eras. I don't like to put fighters over some of those legends from the past due to those guys were the best in their eras, and this is a whole total different era right here, and Bud Crawford is definitely the best of this era, you know what I'm saying, along with a guy like Alexander Usyk as well, if you want to add him, add his name into conversation as well.
Yeah, man. Bud kept it simple, and I agree 100% with what he said about Floyd and him.
But you know what's interesting about him and Floyd is like when you look at like what happened to them in the amateurs, like Bud had like a bad shake in the amateurs, Floyd had a bad shake in the Olympics. And they end up being great. It just paints to show like when fighters are young and people are robbing them, if they're great, their greatness will always show up at the end of the day. Because the people that they said that they robbed them for ain't never doing anything in the pros. So Dom Ali, he was pretty good, but I think his career ended after Cotto. So like I look at Bud Crawford, he got robbed. He got robbed. Bud was supposed to go to the Olympics. He got robbed there too. And he ended up 3-time undisputed. Floyd too. Floyd was going to get gold medal.
I don't know about the.
I think Bud
I don't
got
know
kicked
about
out
the
of the
bad.
Olympics.
Yeah, I don't know about the bad shake in the Olympics because Bud did some dumb shit and got kicked out.
Yeah, nah, you can't put that. That was fucking Gary snuffed him and shit, and then Bud got crazy and shit. So they had to get Bud out of it. Bud was still like that was young Bud. That was probably still
But he was
dabbling in the
getting robbed at
streets
the
too and
fights
shit.
though. But like,
Hey,
and
if
Roy
they
Jones.
if they knew what Bud would have become, they would probably have kicked Gary out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, damn, we kicked the wrong motherfucker out.
But from what I understand, Gary wasn't even part of the national team at that time. I don't know. I don't even know what happened in that situation. But he wasn't part of the national team. I think Bud was, but I don't think Gary was.
Nah, I think they were all because I think Demetrius Andre was on that. Demetrius Andre was on that. Was that the same team? Because Boo Boo, he kind of like told a story too and shit. Because they all came up in the same era and shit. They all fought in the amateurs together. Boo Boo, Danny Jacobs,
I
fucking
remember they had
Porter.
that whole beef thing going on, and then Mark Too Sharp to Johnson jumped in and everything.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was a hell of a class, man. It's sad, it's coming to an era, and hopefully, man, these young up and coming fighters, man, can somewhat replicate that class, man, because we got some good fights, man. That class of fighters and shit. The Porter, Spencer's a little bit younger than them and shit, but Porter, fucking Boo Boo, Bud, Usyk. They all fought at the same time and shit. It's crazy when you think about it and shit. They all fought in the amateurs and shit.
Oh yeah, Usyk
Danny Jacobs. Yeah, Usyk and
Ruiz fought in the amateurs too. Did y'all ever see that?
Nah.
Yeah, Usyk beat the shell out of Ruiz in the amateurs.
Shit, this was crazy as fucking Usyk. Didn't
understand.
Porter beat Usyk in the amateurs or did they? Or it was
Better
not
be
like that?
Usyk. I think better beat him once. Usyk beat him like 3 times or some shit like that.
Porter?
Oh, Porter beat Usyk in the amateurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Usyk beat in the amateurs.
What is Ohio Runs Boxing comment about? I quite don't understand it.
He's saying that he wasn't robbed, that he lost to Miguel Gonzalez, I think.
Who lost?
Bud.
Oh, okay. So he got robbed.
I thought he got robbed.
Oh yeah. That motherfucker was. As a matter of fact, the dude he's talking about, he kind of did an interview recently and shit. Or somebody did an interview on him and shit. That's the last person to actually beat Bud. So he right.
Well, Bud's good though. Bud like how Bud has beaten so many Olympians. Well, I won't say so many, but the Olympians he has fought in the pros, like he's demolished them. So I mean, that guy. Salute to Bud. God damn, that guy's good. Right? He beat.
So where does Canelo go from here, guys?
He can fight better. He can fight Benavidez if he wants.
Yeah, I think that's
Nah,
the
he ain't
fight to
fighting
make.
Benavidez, man. I don't. No. Y'all, if
Wait,
whoever wants Canelo to fight Benavidez at this point, especially at 175, Benavidez not coming down. I don't think Benavidez gonna come down to 168 to fight.
If he wants, I mean, that's like his legacy, right?
Yeah.
And it's a different style. It's a different style. It's not the same style. So just because
Is that
I
Miss
think the play
CamJ?
for
Yes, it's me. Cameron, he ran to go, he went down to grab something out the car for me, and so he left me here to host. Hi.
Hey,
Hello,
what's
hello.
hey,
Hi.
doing a good job.
Continue.
Okay.
So I think Canelo's play should be. I think it's gonna look something like he gonna fight. He's still gonna fight Shiraz next because I think Turkey gonna offer a
Shiraz, it doesn't do that for his career. I don't want I think Canelo's fought enough.
I gotta go. He's back.
Okay.
Okay. I think Canelo's done enough in his career where he can retire. And respect to him. Like the brother fought so much. And he was in so many great fights. He's won so many great fights. He took a few losses, yes. But like he has all his fact. He's never been knocked out, knocked down. Has all his faculties, and he has the respect of the Mexican crowd. So he technically doesn't need to do anything else. I think he should retire.
Well,
Instead of boxing retire him.
the thing is, he already has a contract with Turkey, right? So he is going to fight. Now, the thing is, coming off of a blood loss like this, the only other name, that could get his name back up there is a Benavidez fight. Now, the thing is, obviously, Canelo doesn't want to fight him, right? Canelo struggles with a few styles, right? Movement, slickness, and the only reason why he's running from Benavidez is because of, I think, the volume punching that Benavidez is going to present. Like he doesn't do good against. He doesn't do good against volume punchers. Plus, Benavidez is a bigger guy for sure. But at the same time, Benavidez doesn't have the foot movement, like or slickness as these other guys have, and so I feel like he should just take his chances against Benavidez. Benavidez is going to be right there. You just have to worry about the volume punching and see what you could do with that. But I think he needs a name, man, like to get himself.
He can still retire though. Just because you're on a contract doesn't mean he can't retire.
His fans are still gonna.
That'd be diabolical.
Still love him, but it's like the hardcore, like. The hardcores probably wouldn't want to see him, go out on a loss. They want to see him go out on a win, and a suitable win.
It's life, brother. I mean, fighters go out on a loss. Ray Leonard went out on a loss, right? And we still salute him to today. So, like,
yeah, but his fans are just, his fans.
I mean, I don't know. It's so weird. I don't want to see him. Benavidez is really good, right? And Benavidez has all the physical attributes currently. All the physical attributes Benavidez has. If it could happen, I mean, it'd be a good fight. Stylistically, it's better for him stylistically because Benavidez just comes forward. Like Canelo won't have to like look for him or anything. But all the athleticism and all those like shoe shine punches and shit, like I don't know. I don't know how, he's an older fighter. I don't know how well he'll deal with that.
Oh, I mean, I think Benavidez is going to whoop his ass.
Yeah, but, I don't know. Now, if he beats Benavidez, what would you say?
Now, if he beats Benavidez, now I'm going to have to, he's going to get a lot of credit for that for sure.
What does that mean? What does that mean for Canelo if he beats Benavidez? Like,
it's because, it's because of this Mexican. See, Canelo has this thing, right? He wants to be like the #1 Mexican fighter. That's why he's not fighting these tough Mexican guys. I mean, he could give a shot to like, Munguia, who he's going to win against. But I think he wants to retire as like the best Mexican fighter, and he knows that Benavidez could jeopardize that. But in order to shut like a lot of people up, winning this fight, I mean, I think that kind of cements it. Like if he beats Benavidez, there's no doubt like he's the best Mexican fighter.
You know what? I would wait until Bivol fight. Let Bivol Benavidez fight, and I'll fight the winner. I think that'll be the smartest bet. Because then you're fighting for titles, then versus Benavidez by I don't know. Like I'll wait for the winner of Bivol versus Benavidez.
To get his get back against Bivol.
If Bivol wins, that's an interesting fight too as well. I don't know who wins that fight.
I don't think.
Yeah, fellas, I'm about to go ahead and close it up, man. What's your closing statements, fellas?
Hey, man, shout out to you, CamJ. For all the Bud haters, those these ninjas that were wearing sombreros and eating tacos yesterday, praying for Canelo to win. For all the haters from the Errol Spence fight who became PED experts, listen, Bud did his thing. And I hope this goes to show you, don't go against your people, you know? At the end of the day, like, skills is always gonna pay the bills in boxing, you know, like that's just what it is, you know. It's not just because somebody has a stronger punch, just because somebody has power, just because somebody has like doesn't always mean they're gonna win, you know. I think people were just looking at the power and said, "Oh, there's no way he can beat Canelo," but all the other attributes were pointing to Bud. Bud was a faster fighter. Bud was the more dynamic fighter. Stylistically, it favored Bud, you know. And at the end of the day, Bud still had to show up, and he showed up in a dramatic fashion, you know. I think people need to start to see that, like, don't be too quick to doubt fighters just because they're going up through of adversity you've never seen before. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Salute to you, CamJ, Teach, and the panel and chat.
Salute. I'm just gonna keep it short, man. You know, Bud did his thing. He deserves his credit. He got his legacy. Canelo did his thing. Canelo gave Bud a shot. Canelo has a solid resume. Can't ever downplay this guy, and I'm never ever gonna diminish, you know, what Canelo did. Let's see what these guys, you know, have in store for the future. And that's about it. Salute to you, CamJ. Thanks for having us up, and salute to the chat as well.
Salute, man. Salute to my brother Teach, man. You already know the vibes, man. And just closing out, man, I definitely want to, you know, salute, you know, the man Bud Crawford, man, for last night, man, putting on an amazing performance, you know, winning, undisputed 3-time. You can't, you know, definitely, you know, knock him at all, man. Like, all the haters and deflectors, he did the, you know, unbelievable last night, the unimaginable last night, and he did that shit. He won clear for sure, man. And salute to Bud Crawford, man, for sure, for his performance, man. It was amazing. Definitely one of the all-time greats, and put on a amazing performance last night, man. So all credit to Bud Crawford, man. And you already know, make sure like and comment on the playback if y'all watch this on the playback for sure, man. And make sure y'all already know every Wednesday we live every Wednesday 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sorry but not sorry, Boxing Talk Wednesdays. Y'all already know we lit. We gonna have a lit show Wednesday coming up, man, for sure. And gonna, you know, keep everything, you know, good, updated for us, you know, the boxing talk and stuff, y'all, I mean. And of course, you know, subscribe to the channel, man. If you're not subscribed, man, please do subscribe to the channel. We working, man. We definitely staying consistent and, you know, updated with, you know, all of the content on the channel, man, for sure. So definitely love y'all, man. I tap in with y'all. I will see y'all Wednesday. Y'all already know the vibes. 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sorry but not sorry, Boxing Talk Wednesdays. I will see y'all Wednesday, and just stay tapped in with the channel, man, because I will be updating and having a lot of content, man, daily. You know what I mean? So definitely stay tapped in, man, because I got some videos. I got a Bud video I'm gonna be doing that I'm gonna end up dropping probably for tomorrow morning, and we're gonna go from there, man. We're gonna move for sure, man. So salute to everybody for joining the show today, man. And salute to my brother Dr. Mark. I just see you coming in, my dog. And we will see y'all Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Much blessings. Everybody enjoy y'all Sunday evening.
All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's showtime like Kareem Lakers. I make a masterpiece, scene basic. No Meek Millie, but I'm dream chasing. Took the shortcut like Anita Baker. I want the bright lights that you see in Vegas. I I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Rest in peace, the Nippy was the street savior. Got my credit right now, I need acres. Gotta turn your dirty money into clean paper. Trying to own a franchise without a key player. I go through hoes like I weave laces. Tree blazers, let they mama noodles be flavored. Meat takers that be acting like the D sacred. You bust in, you would think they on their knees praying. Then I slide like a screensaver. When I'm done, make some scrambled eggs, cheese bacon. Then it's on to the next, I ain't a speed dater. Little bitch ain't gon' hear from me till weeks later. I don't see no things changing. Kids still dodging bullets like they seen Matrix. These young niggas really need saving, but OGs won't teach them that the street's dangerous. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it.